I am vastly overwhelmed by the new system. Just got done getting crazy on my guitar. How'd that go, Woody? It's so much fun to play. You should stream sometime. It for some reason makes it more enjoyable. Maybe you're not such an egomaniac who feels like they have to present all the time. Maybe you're just a regular person. I think I broke this just now. I've had this a long time. It's a flashlight that you recharge, but it also works as a recharger. You know what I mean? You can plug it in here. This is not interesting, but it works as like a battery, you know. And now this feels really hot. But I used to turn it on and then put this little doodad on there that reacts to sound, and it goes nuts. Anyway, that's not interesting, but I annoyingly might need to get another one for a few dollars. But yeah, the new rack is overwhelming. It's overwhelming, but I figured I was just messing around, and that your guitar wasn't in tune today? Or you just weren't in tune with your guitar? Not always the same thing. What's up? Oh, hey, I didn't realize. What's up, Timmy? Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you just got to keep playing and practicing with it. But, like, this... I think it's because it's so big. You know, that it's like, when I took it out of the box, just like the case, you know, because now I've just put everything basically into one case. It's just like, oh my God, this is like too much. And there's still like a few modules that are very essential to the whole thing that I don't fully understand. Not any of the new stuff, actually, which is the thing that's a shame. I should know them by now. But the newest things that came were these really pretty cheap modules. But the output and like a stereo mixer, which was like handmade. I had to like screw some parts on. Totally handmade by me. The board was already soldered, so I really didn't have to do much, but it made it cheaper. Yeah, so there's a few things I haven't really fully figured out. And that is incorporating the subharmonicon, which is the Moog that does kind of that arpeggiated stuff, into... I mean, I get it. I got it clocked. I got it audio-wise integrated. I know how to mess with it, but it's really... And everybody has this problem. It's just, like, really hard to, like, keep it in tune. Well, not keep it in tune, but, like, find a tune that works with everything. Whereas the other two sound sources, I have them going through a quantizer, which basically makes sure you can like pick a scale that they're in. So it's just like a group of notes, and you can play the keyboard, but it's basically only going to play things in this whatever set group of notes. You know, whether it's minor or major, or harmonic, and a whole bunch of other ones that I don't really fully understand. I just listen to them and go, I like the sound of that. So basically everything's coming together where basically everything's quantized, but then once you add in the subharmonicon, it's like, oh no, it's too complicated. There's too many bleeps and bloops, which then makes me go, maybe I shouldn't have gotten the bigger case. But it's too late now. But ironically, the bigger case is cheaper because it's made by Behringer, which gets some flack in the synth community, if anybody is into synths here, because they kind of do a lot of clones of famous old stuff, and I don't know why people are mad, because they replicate stuff amazingly well, it seems like to me, you know. And they're good. There's a lot of their stuff is like good entryway point stuff on this. And anyway, it's the cheapest case, biggest case you can get. You're telling me to relax? Sorry, am I acting weird? Oh yeah, I know. It's supposed to be fun, but it's also like, it's an expensive hobby, and sometimes I go, What the fudge am I doing? What is Hendrix tuning, Woody? I don't know guitar well enough. You're like a guitar god, dude. I sometimes I can't even listen to Hendrix. My head goes, ah. I get that purple haze he was talking about. Um Thanks, Jan. I just needed someone 3,000 miles away to say, dude, you're fine. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'm geeking out about the quantizing and whatnot. Anyway, I'll figure it all out. So E flat is what? So basically, the big E string is flat, huh? Like I don't. What is standard tuning called? Is that just that's E tuning or? Yeah, no, I know. I know. We were talking. My roommate and I were talking about this today. Like feeling emotions that you're old enough and wise enough to be completely aware that they're not productive, but still not being able to dismiss them is still just being like, yeah, like whatever it might be, but like I know that yes, I will eventually figure it out or sell some stuff and downsize or whatever, and it'll be fine. But that doesn't stop me like physiologically feeling anxious about it. Not anxious, that's not the right word, but and concerned isn't the right word, but some word around there. So yeah, okay, regular tuning is E, and then so everything is basically tuned down a little bit. Hey Joe, that's funny you said that, Hobbit, because we're talking about Hendrix. Yeah, okay, it's a half step, so E flat is I get that. All right, I understand that. I understand the concept. That would confuse me though. So one last question, Woody. Do you play chords the same way, or do you basically have to relearn the positions for all your chords? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like if I play a C, do I have to in standard D? Do I have to like make a different shape? You know what I mean? Oh, we also like after next week's class, we also learned, or maybe I'll practice it a bit on my own. He showed me one of my favorite Nirvana songs, "In Bloom," which is actually like a lot of it's fairly easy and it's pretty fucking effing rockin'. And I was practicing it a little bit today, and I kind of know it. It's all power chords, man. All those Nirvana songs are power chords, so I just have to get better with like controlling my rhythm. I don't my rhythm, my strokes aren't good. He didn't say that, but I mean I can tell. He's Zach is awesome. He's very encouraging, but I can tell I'm not doing it. But, all right, so the chord shapes are the same. The fret is different. Woody, you should be a guitar teacher, man. That's like you answer my questions perfectly, nice and concise. That's totally something you could do, man. You could even probably do it via the internet nowadays. Everybody's used to it. I was looking into that, doing it via the internet when I was like couldn't find anybody who was in the price range that I was looking for. But yeah, Zach is awesome, and I'm not just saying that because there's a 0.01% he's watching this, but he did subscribe, so we got another sub out of him, which is cool. And he said he immediately agreed about Inside by Bo Burnham, and we like geeked out and talked about it. But I'm gonna wait till I do something that I'm proud of musically on here, that's not just looping and dicking around, and then I'll send him that and be like, how am I doing, Dad? I mean, Zach. He's younger than I am. You could play a C chord, but it won't sound like a C. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So everything's weird. I'm going to look up, Woody, I'll look up some videos of him playing that. Woody, let me type that in, because I know it. I don't know if the term bipolar is used anymore. I thought I heard that word has kind of been not used, but I'm gonna put this in the chat. Here's like a this is a that's a Jimi Hendrix. I guess I should write what it is. I don't know. It's 27 minutes of Hendrix jamming in the studio in like 1970 something, New York City. Okay. I mean, you probably just stop watching this and watch that. But that's so, oh my God, that's so, it's just like keeps getting cooler and cooler, and you know it's not rehearsed, as they say, you know, as they say, like they say. So no, I'm going to turn off this light that's battery powered and turn on this other one so that it doesn't. Yeah, check it out when you get a chance. It is 27 minutes, but it's one of those ones where I wasn't intending on listening to all of it. I was like, oh, let me just listen to this, and it's like good sound quality. So I was like, oh, and then it just keeps going, and you're like, oh, dude, and you fall into a massive hole. It's pretty rad. Anyway, all right, I don't think I'm gonna, unless anybody has anything they want to talk about. What I'm thinking about doing is kind of going on as SunPiss more so that I can practice guitar and music and stuff, and that be where I do much of the interacting with the community, or maybe even have a non-music show. Like this was suggested a while back, and I never took them up on it, or never thought of it, but just a show like where, like office hours type thing. Like we can't call it that. That's Tim Heidecker's show. But something like that where it's like I interact with the community more, because, and have that almost be like a separate show, because maybe SunPiss stuff should be its own thing, because, and then there should be a show that isn't, where I set it up better, like it looks like a regular show, and it's just more, we can like play games and stuff, and I interact fully with the community, because kind of like, and this is nobody's fault, but I'm kind of down on talking, like interacting with the community while doing the review. I don't want to shut it off, but I'm so bad at like not glancing at it. And sometimes it's like something really helpful, like what's the name of that, and then someone types it in. But like usually and I know we've had this conversation before, I get distracted and go, ugh. But I realize now that it's like on the rare occasion that I do go back and watch an episode, I'm usually like, oh, this is okay, this isn't bad, you know, because I like, it'll be like from like a month ago, I won't remember. I'll be like, all right, I agree with what I said, and yeah, I'm using too many filler words, and I shouldn't be, you know, whatever, you know, stammering like that, or I should have had more information or whatever. But then I'm like, where all of a sudden it just seems insane, even though you can read along the chat, it just seems like I am talking to some random person, and I'll be, you know what I mean, and it just makes it seem I want to make this show, I want to make the daily review more professional without losing authenticity. You get what I'm saying? So I think that some version of community hangout. In college, there was a thing called Talking and Treats. Yeah, it's totally like. I mean, I'm gonna leave the talking open. Like, I'm gonna leave live chat open, but I'm not ever gonna look at it, is what until after, you know what I mean? But like, I don't want that to be any part of the show. I would love the show to be like, every episode to be like 15 minutes, unless I have somebody on the show, and then maybe like 35 minutes, you know what I mean? And maybe like 20-25 minutes if we're talking about some huge movie. But I think that making it shorter and tighter is just will be a better overall experience for everybody, and like more likely also too for people to like to expand, because if I'm just kind of like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing, and if I give myself some limitations, it'll make it better. So yeah, please do. Yeah, dude, I know, Woody, you are a deep diver in music. I love it. It's great. You should start a little channel where you talk for a few minutes every day about something about music. I don't know. I just encourage, because I find this to be very therapeutic. If you haven't noticed, or maybe you have noticed. What? Huh? Anyway, so maybe there'll be a whole bunch of different shows. Yeah, I'm not nothing. I mean, if anything, we're expanding. We're getting bigger as a community, and we're not gonna. I'll just be adding shows. So for pilot finale, I've discussed it with people. Even people in LA have heard this idea. Not people who have any power, and I'm not talking about Jen. People, millionaires, I don't know if Jen's a millionaire or not, have heard this idea, and these are just, I don't know, whatever, I don't need to get into it. And they all agree that pilot finale is a 2-person show, because you need to have the banter back and forth if it's going to be a comedy show. And I don't want to talk to a fucking sock puppet, and COVID's basically over, so I don't know if it's going to be me and my brother, or Gotham and I don't know. That might be tough because he's got a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, that show has kind of been delayed a little bit because, essentially, people whose opinion I really respect was like, that's a fantastic idea. And I was like, probably shouldn't just throw it away then, Probably shouldn't just be fucking set up a camera and just have it be me talking live. That's not a great idea. It's got to be lit and in 4K or 2K at least, and with cameras, you know what I mean, and editing and edit in shots from the show and stuff. Although I'm so this is one of my biggest concerns of making one of those shows, putting a ton of energy into it, and cutting up and showing clips and stuff, and then having it get blocked or whatever. Yeah, no, yeah, I want exactly. It's a show that Rich Evans and I should do. I actually think Rich Evans and I would get along because we both like to be in front of the camera, but only for 45 minutes or so. We love attention, but only, and then we just want to sit in a dark room and play video games and not be bothered. So I think we would get along pretty well. I think I'd get along with all those guys. Maybe even Jay the best, because he's I feel like him and I would just get along on the nerdy level. Because Mike, I don't know, you guys don't know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that just sounds insane. But Red Letter Media, it's a YouTube channel I like. They're probably watching right now. I have been watching a lot of Mr. Sunday Movies, and it's 2 Australian guys, and they're very funny. And what I think I've mentioned this already, what I think is so smart about what they do is, since they review a lot of quote-unquote nerd culture, video games, comics, movies, their sense of humor allows them to make fun of and take to task things like Marvel and Star Wars that the community of which tend not to have a very good sense of humor about making fun of their universe, so similarly with the Google Drive link thing works well, but I mean, come on. Jay would be awesome at it too. I mean, I just feel like maybe everybody, I think maybe that's why they're good, maybe everybody feels like they could get along with them. But I mean, just on the filmmaking and film appreciation level, I do feel like we agree a lot. Although Mike is less tolerant of stuff, and Jay is almost too weird. I like Jack. I kind of like, who I like better than Jack now? Is Tim. Tim has been coming in. He came in hard one I think on a Halloween episode. So good. He got wasted. but it was super funny. I like Tim. He's probably in the line. That would be my ultimate lineup. Would be the 3 original guys and then Tim. Although the woman, what was her name? But they had to get rid of her. I don't know if they had to get rid of her, but she didn't want to be in front of the camera anymore for internet reasons. She was fantastic though. I do like Jack. I like what's Wizard. He's smart, and but he's like he tries too hard sometimes, you know. Am I just critiquing the Red Letter Media cast? All right, what am I fucking talking about? Best special guest they've had. I guess that has to be Patton Oswalt, right? And then Macaulay Culkin, and then who's the other? All right, well I guess I'll try. Should I try? What's it called one more time? Turn the pedal on. What's happening here? Why are we not hearing anything? Oh, it's because I turned it off. Alright, let me... I'm gonna try... What's it called? Daydreamer? Day Tripper? None of these sounds are right. I didn't practice either. It's too dark. I can't see the guitar. There we go. I'm being abducted by an alien. Okay, I got it. You dumb fuck. Alright, you're literally listening to a man practice guitar. Yeah. Oh, am I doing it in the wrong place? Oh, different octave? Let me see if I can do that. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough. But yeah, oh, what's it's like. Oh, let me look that up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. This is really fascinating, isn't it? Just a. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Well, what's he talking about? Oh, I see. I see. I see. 6 6 6 3 1 1 1 4 4. I don't know. Is that right? Oh, it's to 3, 6 to 3. Changes mood so no. What is he saying in that song? It's like all likes to sing along, likes to shoot his gun, but he knows now what it means. Shiggity giggity giggity knows now what it means. Oh, I'm still on? Okay. Bye. Thank you guys. See you tomorrow.